Good evening and welcome to the Midwest
Hi
Motorsports
guys, birthday slap around here.
Tuesday
Make
night
sure.
road racing. We're listening to the broadcast on YouTube, the new home of Midwest Motorsports iRacing. Josh Watt, race control, doing the driver's meeting as we speak. You can tell we are at the world famous Laguna Seca Raceway, tied to the Pebble Beach road races of the 1950s. The 11 turn road course has many famous corners, including Andretti, Hairpin, the Bobby Rahal Straight, leading up to the world famous corkscrew, followed by the rainy curve for finishing out the lap. So many great races have been held at Laguna Seca, Spanish for dry lake region. Runoff is all sand. The track surface will be slippery from the beginning. We're going green for 60 minutes. Split series GT3s for the pros, GT4s for the AMs. We're expecting 2 pit stops for the pros in GT3, 1 pit stop for the GT4s. I'm James Johnson. Thanks for joining us. Joined by Adam Sondag. Adam, good evening. Welcome to Laguna Seca, man. Let's go racing.
Yeah, we are back at it again. A little bit of excitement tonight as everybody got their iRacing updates pounded in right before the race started here after work. So everybody is getting warmed up here. Jay McNeely, Chase Fincher, Johan DeRoy, Jason Phillips, CJ Barzak, Travis Rowe, usual suspects up front.
Zach Alexander has put it on the GT4 pole, followed by Ian Silva, Jet Miller, Ian Bakaitis, and Jason Geyer roll out the top 5. As you can see, the GT4s. Now we have a couple of pit lane starters due to manufacturer changes. Back up front, Shea McNeely and Chase Fincher. This race is going to be super exciting. Don't go anywhere. I expect them to be in traffic relatively early. Johan DeRoy has won the last 2. Can he win 3 in a row? I wouldn't count anybody out. There's the corkscrew. New iRacing update looks amazing. Coming down the hill and towards Rainy. Adam, we're going green for 60 minutes. Any last thoughts before we go green?
Yeah, I think, we're hoping to see a nice calm lap 1 here. Everybody get through the first lap here clean. Once we get into traffic, I think we could see some action here at the corkscrew. We might see some days end early, but hopefully everybody's able to keep it together.
2.23 miles, 20 cars of the GT3 series. Take off 19 in the GT4s. 5 seconds later, here we go down into the Andretti hairpin. Remember, all 4X and above will be reviewed on the first lap. So hopefully everybody can keep it clean through the corkscrew. The GT4s take off, and Zach Alexander gets a great jump on Ian Silva in the New York Islanders Mercedes. Johan DeRoy still too wide. CJ Barzak, Travis Rowe for 5th and 6th. Finally starting to single file out a little bit. Looks like CJ Barzak is going to take control over. Wahlberg spins. Travis Rowe goes wide, does a great job. CJ Barzak goes wide into the sand. Going to lose a couple of spots, but keeps it on the asphalt. Through the corkscrews for the first time. Hopefully everybody makes it clean through there. Nice and easy, the first lap especially. Let's get through the first lap as the GT4s now come up the Rahal Straight into the corkscrew. Christopher Hopper already up into 8th.
Yeah, CJ was kind of stuck on the inside there, not necessarily a place you want to be when you're trying to get up that hill. losing that momentum is tough, and you can see that's where Jason Wahlberg got into the back of him, just that differential in speed that they were able to carry. Luckily, no harm done.
Slightest touch will send you wide. Steve Hansel and David Stark. David Stark in the Audi ahead, and then Justin Glickner. Two Corvettes. No, I'm sorry, Corvette and McLaren going at it. Steve Hansel in the silver and yellow Corvette. Uh-oh. Conaway and Daniels have had some bad luck. Here's Kyle Ryan. Looks like he's on the slowdown as well. Not sure if he has damage or... He's working his way through in P10. Now he's back up to speed. Glad to see that. Right behind Dan Gish. Rick Bundren in the pink and blue Miami Porsche.
It looks like John Daniels is yellow now, so that's a little less Italian, a little more Spanish. Pit lane start for a couple of our drivers.
Matt Collada misses the braking zone. Tries the two wheels off down the corkscrew, but does a good job of avoiding Kevin Bridges. Kevin Bridges goes up the road. That's for 13th and 14th in the GT4s. Great to see almost 40 cars again in the Midwest Motorsports field. Thanks to everybody for showing up. Jay McNeely leading Chase Fincher. And Johan DeRoy on the spot. Jason Phillips not far behind. In the car with Chase Fincher as he hunts down the race leader. What are we going to notice with the new update? And is there tire updates? Are the cars different than when they might have practiced even yesterday, Adam?
I mean, the lighting model and such is different. There's some updates to, debris, things like that now. I mean, I think now you'll get a yellow flag if there is debris all over the corkscrew, which Ian Silva has apparently reported is almost every lap now that that is enabled. Every lap at the corkscrew now there is a yellow flag. So more or less, I don't think any of the physics of the handling should be too much different, but pretty sizable. You can see all the debris coming off of Shea McNeely here, thrown back into Chase Fincher. So, and especially those areas there, I think there's going to be a lot of debris coming up here, heading up the hill. There's going to be a fair amount of it up here. We've already seen TJ Barsack gather some up. See a little right tire dip there. So this will probably be an area where people might have to pay attention. Right here, you don't want to have gravel impacting your braking. Easy for these two, though. Still a little bit of seeing all the gravel getting thrown there. So as the race goes on, it's going to start to build up, I think. So might be a little bit tenuous once we get later in the race.
Every lap has the potential to be different than the previous lap. So you have to really be on your toes for a full hour. It's going to take full concentration. The winner tonight will have earned his points and positions. We are in race 7 of 10 in the season. Johan DeRoy leads the Pro Series over Shea McNeely by 25 points. Jamil Gummer third, Jason Phillips fourth, Jason Wahlberg rounds out the top 5. We'll see how those go. In the GT4 category, back to the GT3s, there's Justin Thaler in the Dark Horse Mustang with the new paint job tonight. At number 2, P10 currently with Jesse Coffey on his tail in the Porsche.
It's like a pool ball. A billiards ball here. Might hope he doesn't look like a billiards ball when people start knocking each other around down the corkscrew.
Right. Corner pocket. So far, so good. Justin gets a good run through the kink. Turn 6. Into the corkscrew. Justin Taylor, like he's done this once or twice before. It is early. Jack Lucas, Keegan Bahari behind, going at it also. This is just outside the top 10. Up 4 spots from qualifying is Justin Taylor. He had an aggressive first couple of laps. There's Keegan driving Rexy with Steve Hansel on his tail. Justin Glickner as well. We have a new GT4 leader. It looks like Ian Silva has taken over almost 4 seconds from Chet Miller. There might have been some action there. Christopher Hopper, everybody behind him moves up a spot. Jack Alexander drops down to 15th. He's gone through the pits, stopped for 24 seconds. So my guess is he used a fast repair. Cody Height with the manufacturer change as the Formula One McLaren Vodafone paint job. Started from pit lane.
Yeah, it looks like he may have had an excursion there and had to gather it back up to get back going. Had a little delay there on the hill.
Laguna Seca bites back. We are back up in the top 8 and 9th. Kyle Ryan on Dan Gish coming into the corkscrew. Going around the outside, Dan Gish takes the defensive line. Can Kyle Ryan get a better exit? Not yet. Still going too wide. Through Rainey. Looking up. That's a lap car in between. I don't recognize that one, but
Oh no!
Right in front of Gish. Thankfully.
Yeah, it looks like right to the
Jordan.
yeah.
It's all right, Jordan. Get it back together, man. Come on back out. Nicholas Aslan in the top 5. Under pressure from Pablo Araya, who has a new paint job tonight. Brought out some chrome.
Yeah, really hoping that the new lighting model is distracting to drivers ahead of him, apparently.
In traffic already within the first 10 minutes. GT3 leaders working past Rick Bundren. Already in 10th place. The GT3s are in traffic. Still under a second between our 2 leaders.
Almost a 7 seconds worth of difference in lap time here between the GT3 and the GT4 leaders.
Around Dan Gish. Goes Shea McNeely. Now Chase will get him on the straights, and that'll put Kyle Ryan right back in his fight. Johan DeRoy not far behind. So good job for Shea McNeely. See if he can keep it up front for 60 minutes. About 20 minutes for the GT3s. The GT4s can go up to 40 minutes.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the tire wear will be like for these cars here. If people are gonna want to take changes or not here.
Looks like Harville had some issues that lap and dropped out of that fight for the top 10. So Justin Taylor now up to 9th, just off the 10th. Johan is also caught up to Chase there as they go through traffic. Now Johan waits for Christopher Hopper, so he lost the gap time that he made. Pablo Araya, the next victim on Shea McNeely's list. Good run out of the exit for Shea. Coming up on Nick Aslin. And see ya. Then we got Pablo Araya. Oh, there it is. Aslin's next. Shay's out. What happened to Shay? Oh, pace car. Safety car's out. We have a blocked track somewhere. Josh Watt in the safety car is out. What happened? There's Harville.
I'm not sure. I only see cars in the see if we get a message here from race control. Wow.
We haven't seen that at all this season. Josh Watt pulls the trigger. This is going to allow some cars to cycle through, maybe, because Shea was not gone through the leaders yet. I'm curious to know if anybody's going to get a wave on him. Pablo Araya on back, which would be all of them. All the GT4s would have to roll by. Very curious to the start procedure, restart procedure. Lights are still on the pace car, so we're going to have at least one more lap. Right along with us, we're going to find out on the fly together.
Yeah, wasn't able to hear anything from the driver's channel, so I'm not sure what is going on. Trying to see if I can get audio here or what commands race director Josh Watt is giving.
I'm tempted to pull Josh down, but I don't want to start anything. Lights are still on the pace car. Hey, Brian. Hey, Landon. We see you guys in the chat. Thanks for joining us tonight. What do you think about the safety car? Pretty exciting. We'll see what happens. I don't know if it's going to change anybody's strategy too much. Again, it's going to bunch the field back up. I believe it's still going to be a single start, and I'm surprised some more of the GT3s don't come in the pits. Why not? You might be able to make it from one stop here and catch up to the back of the field and take over when they... If I'm outside the top 10, outside the top 7, I'd probably come in. With 15 minutes down and another pace lap, could take up another 3 minutes. That's a full pit stop. We're still trying to find out what happened. Adam, if you want to take over, I'll go join the race chatter upstairs and see if they want to. Josh wants to come down. Unless you're chatting with them also.
No, I was trying to figure out
Yep. After it is, no problem.
Yeah, was trying to see if I could get my audio working here in the channel for race control.
I'm going to guess our replay might be down due to the update. John Daniels. Francis Faustino's in the pits. He's on to me. Francis smelled what I'm cooking. Smart move, Francis. Welcome back. Could be just debris, maybe. As the wave around, all the GT4s are going to wave back around. This is exactly the time that. All right. Could be all debris. As they're doubled back up, so we're going to have a double file restart. Jay McNeely trying to keep some temperature in his tires. Do not count Jason Phillips out. Do not count Travis Rowe, Justin Thaler, Steve Hansel, row 5. Lights are out in the safety car. He'll come down and fill us in. You can see on the track map, those guys have caught up to the back now, but a couple of guys pitted. Probably not going to make the fresh start, but still might be ahead by the time the other cars come out of pit lane. And through turn 11, bunched up, stacked up, Shea McNeely does a great job stacking them up. Jesse Coffey goes out. Chase Fincher gets a better jump on the outside. And Shea McNeely hold the inside line around the Andretti turns 1 and 2. If Chase can stay there, he's going to have the inside line. He does not. Johan DeRoy is going to be on the outside. He tucks in. Still holds on to third. Jason Phillips looks like he's going to stay inside Travis Rowe. The next 2 corners behind him, Christopher Rowe and Jason Wahlberg fighting it out for 6th and 7th. But so far, line astern, back to full throttle racing. GT4s duking it out. Christopher Hopper up to 7th as Connor Galbraith goes through. Good on you, Connor. Look at the race here. 7, 8, 9, 10. Led by Steve Hansel in P7. Jason Wahlberg in the orange McLaren right on, gives him a touch. That's the bump and run. Steve Hansel holds the inside line through the corkscrew. Good on you, Jason, for not overtaking after that little bump. Now it's back to full-on racing with all the gravel coming down the hill through Rainey. Justin Thaler thought he might get a sniff of a spot, but did not. And 1 lap done, and Chase Fincher is on the bumper of the Porsche of Shea McNeely. Awesome racing. Justin Thaler lost the spot to Jason Wahlberg. Now Keegan Bahari and Rexy looking around the Mustang, but don't look now. David Stark and the only Audi behind Rexy. There he is. This is Midwest Motorsports. David Stark on the inside of Keegan. Can he get it? He's going to have the outside line going 3 wide. John Daniels takes every opportunity he can. Gets away without touching the Audi. And now Keegan trying to get him back. Might even lose a spot to Justin Glickner as John Daniels takes advantage. You know, John Daniels has been very aggressive, relatively clean, but high risk, high reward. For the Ferrari, John Daniels, there's Glickner being followed by Jesse Coffey in the Porsche.
It's like Connor Galbraith caught back up with the pack.
Yeah, he did.
They're able to carve through the GT4 traffic while these GT3s are banging and beating.
Ian Bakaitis is now the leader of the GT4s up the road by 1.3 seconds. The fight for second, third, and fourth, Jason Wahlberg, Jet Miller, both former winners, looking inside the Mercedes of Ian Silva. Ian Silva tops the nose of Jason Geyer, and I believe that's Francis Faustino in the GT3 trying to find his way through respectfully. Francis is not going to take anybody out, but he is in the middle of a heated battle between two McLarens and a Mercedes. Teammates.
Yeah, the Bucky
Jason
McLaren squad are fighting for a position here.
Bucking McLarens. I like it. A lot of curbing there for Jason Geyer.
This trio still together: David Stark, John Daniels, Keegan Bahari. Francis able to make his way past Ian Bakaitis here in the lead. Ian's now out to about a 2-second lead over Ian Silva. See more pebbles thrown out onto the track as drivers dip a tire. Ian, of course, on the flashers, making sure Rick Bundren knows he's there. Sets up the corkscrew here. See if he's able to get a run to get around Rick Bundren. Looks like he's got a pretty good run there. Gonna have to set up on the inside.
Nice. Very clean.
Yeah, Cody Height gonna go ahead and follow through there.
Cody's just now one lap down.
Yeah, he's gonna stick right on Ian see if he can't get that lap back.
That's right. First time in the McLaren, will understand. It takes a little time to warm up. Jesse Coffey dropped back to 14th. He was 10th, I believe, behind Justin Taylor. So he dropped back a couple of spots, playing it safe, playing the long game. Jack Lucas now on his tail.
Little excursion there for David Stark. That's going to allow Justin Gleckner and Keegan Bahari by.
Maybe Jesse and Jack as well. We'll see.
We should be able to keep them behind going into the turn here. Yeah, he's going to go in deep just to make sure.
Great racing. Up and down the field. Incredible Midwest Motorsports racing.
Chase Fincher still all over Shea McNeely. Shea makes his way through Keith Hurlbut. They've got about a second and a half back to Johan DeRoy from Chase. Still maybe a lap or two away from getting back into GT4 traffic, so I'm sure Chase is hoping that happens sooner rather than later. Looks like Travis Rowe is in the pit.
Uh-oh. It might be time for the GT3s to make their first stop, if you haven't already. Top 7, I see, have not stopped. A lot of guys stopped at lap 10.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we missed that stop. Not sure exactly which lap the caution was.
Yeah, I believe that would have been lap 10.
All right, so maybe they were onto it. Maybe Francis.
Yeah, just taking an opportunistic.
Here we go. Pit stops for the leader, so this is going to move. Oh no, David Stark in the Audi. Get on that side of the gravel. Driver's left. All good. He's got it pointed the right direction now and going. But this is going to put Jason Wahlberg and Justin Thaler from 8th up into the prime spot. Those
Yeah,
guys-
everyone who took advantage of the yellow flag pit stop is cruising on through here. Shea just making his way back out. As David Stark cuts through, CJ Barzak will get through as well.
CJ playing nice. Letting Chase and Shea get in. Now David Stark. They came out ahead. My SDK hasn't reset yet, so I'll trust the tower. Jason Wahlberg, Glickner, Coffee, Galbraith, Jack Lucas. There we go. Baylor Daniels.
Yeah, CJ's on a recovery drive a lap down now, so he doesn't have too much reason right now to fight those guys coming back out. He absolutely could to try to keep himself in position to not, lose that lap once the rest of the field pits, but CJ being CJ is not going to force that issue there on those guys.
His job is to have fun, we know that. There he is, 10th for Shea McNeely, 9th and 10th for Shea and Chase.
So a lap after coming out, they've made their way around David Stark. Johan DeRoy next.
I don't know if they're going to be able to make up 9 spots and 10 plus seconds. We'll find out. Connor Galbraith and Jack Lucas for 7th and 8th. These guys are just ahead of our leaders.
I mean, as far as I see, the Shea, Chase, and Johan are the only cars to go under 122 thus far. So they might have at least, you know, an extra second to half second of pace on the rest of the field. So this 15-second gap may be something that over the next 27 minutes they're able to bring back down.
I think Shea McNeely's got like 25 seconds to make up on the leaders on Jason Wahlberg. Even at a second a lap, 25 laps. We're past halfway with only 18, working 19 laps.
Yeah, we'll see what they're able to do. So
Jason Wahlberg, Keegan Bahari, Justin Thaler, John Daniels, then Keegan in the catbird seat.
we're currently only about 4/10 quicker than Jason Wahlberg.
They're in the weeds. They should have pitted when the yellow came out. Maybe they didn't know the rules. A lot of times pit lane is closed when the caution comes out until the pace car controls the field.
Yeah, usually the simulator will tell you. And also usually, you know, race director Josh Watt will tell you as well when pits are not closed. So
Usually he'll tell you if they're closed. I'm not sure if he'll tell you they're open. That's up to you. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it plays out. Stick around. Don't go anywhere. We got a race. John Daniels now currently 3rd. Keegan Bahari and Rexy 4th. These guys are 5 seconds behind the leader, the NSX of Jason Wahlberg.
it'd be good to see a nice finish here for Jason. You know, Jason's been fast for the past couple seasons, and you know, seems to just be snake bitten, you know, and just kind of have great opportunities come apart late. We've seen late black flag drive-throughs and things like that really ruin a great race for him. So it would be nice to see a good result for Jason, who's had speed and just had you know, some incidents sort of ruin that great pace. So he's got clean track in front of him and pretty good distance, almost 5 seconds back to Justin Thaler. So it won't be long until he's out of this GT4 traffic, at least for a little while. Clean air on his nose. So for now, the new lighting model is shining down on Jason Wahlberg, who is taking advantage of this opportunity.
Heads up driving from Jason Geyer as back down in 14th. Travis Rowe fighting it out with Christopher Rowe. No relation. Same last name, only spelled different. Rowe versus Rowe. And Jason Phillips and the big ass fans. Oh, Matt Collada gets the kink wrong. And Travis Rowe looking for a way around David Stark. Not this time, single file through the corkscrew. Hold on to it, get the traction down.
Yeah, after the first three made it through David, you know, David right before that pit cycle for the 3 fastest GT3 cars had an off-track excursion, so was gathering it back in as they came back out. They were able to get around him, but thus far he's been able to keep the rest of that initial lead pack of GT3s from making their way around him. So doing his best to keep Travis Rowe back there.
Justin Taylor in the Mustang. John Daniels.
Yeah, I know this isn't what Justin wanted to see.
Nope. He holds back for now.
I don't think Justin wants to give up his chocolate milk to John Daniels just yet.
He might not have a choice. I think John Daniels might be the one handing out chocolate milk. We'll find out. Chalky milk, he calls it.
If Justin wants some, he's going to have to keep top 10.
Right now, second. In the catbird seat. But losing time to Jason Wahlberg. Is they're up to CJ, right?
Ian Bakaitis keeping a firm handle on the lead here. About 2.5 seconds up the road from Jason Geyer, who we've known to be fast.
Both of these guys former winners. They have yet to make their pit stop, so they have a big gap. Third place. So we'll see.
Yeah, Nick Aslin, looks like Nick Aslin pit lap 13. Or lap 10, I'm sorry. TJ Barzak pit lap 13. So Nick Aslin was in on lap 10. Chet Miller in on lap 20. Pablo Araya is going in now.
Yeah, with the 50-something second stop.
Ian Silva went in lap 16. Kyle Ryan's going to go ahead and go in as well.
Yeah.
So it looks like Jason Geyer's coming in as well. So Ian Bakaitis is going to have to try to put down a heater here on the overcut. Looks like Ian's last lap, a 1:30 flat. Jason Geyer's last lap, a 1:30.9. So Ian either protected his tires well or is getting some good speed out of that BMW.
And good mileage, going longer than anybody else. Here's the GT3 battle for second place. 7 seconds now behind the leader. Overall and in GT3s.
John Daniels trying to set himself up for some screenshots to take later. Positioning his car all over. Trying to get the right angle set up. Perfect composition of photograph. John's been taking the post-race screenshots for everyone in these sessions.
Absolutely gorgeous screenshots.
Yeah.
By the way, thank you for doing those, John. We appreciate you.
Way more. John has way more commitment to that than I would. After sitting down after these races and going through all these screenshots and finding every driver on track to find a pic to get of them, and even finding all the incidents that we weren't able to catch here live during the race. So nice feature for the league. Got Cody Heights in as well.
Ian Bakaitis still out. 22. Oh, there he is in the pits.
Yep, and in behind CJ.
He's going to drop down. He's going to give it to Nicholas.
Look at this.
1, 2, 3, 4. Well, actually, 7, 6, 7, 8, 9. Glickner with a great run tonight. Currently 9th. We still have one more pit stop to go for the GT3s. This was the leaders. This was the race for the lead. Now it's the race for 7th. So Ian Bacchus comes out in second, 8 seconds behind Nicholas Aslan.
Yeah, Jason Geyer right on him. Jason's already pit, so he has those tires up to temp. I'm not sure. Let's see if pit time is indicative of anything. Looks like Jason had a 1 minute stop, Ian a 1 minute and 2. So I'm guessing they didn't take any tires. But either way, looks like the overcut is working so far for Ian Bacchus if he's able to keep this lead.
Yep, I'm showing Nicholas Aslan 9 seconds up.
Yep.
And he has stopped.
However, his last stop was 16 laps ago. Should still, based on Ian Bacchus and Jason Geyer going 25, 26 laps, you'd think that 36 laps would be enough.
Well, the pit window would open at 20 minutes for the GT4s. The yellow flag came out about 15 minutes in. So a little bit of fuel save maybe for Nicholas. You might need a splash, maybe not. If he can do it, this would be a great coup for Nicholas Aslan to win it on strategy by taking the early pit stop and then driving his own race. We'll see how much time he's lost or gained during the fuel save and during traffic. That would have put him at the back of the GT4 field.
All right, we've got
Green flag.
Jason Geyer taking the pit.
Wahlberg.
Oh, yep, you're right.
Oh, good.
We need about 3 or 4 more Jasons, and maybe we could pick up 2 or 3 more Justins as well.
A couple of
we'll
E's.
we'll really be getting somewhere around here. Shea McNeely retakes the lead. Chase Finzer, Johan DeRoy, Travis Rowe. Jason Wahlberg comes back out of that pit cycle in 5th.
But he's good to go to the end. Only 10 seconds back.
Right.
So I think he's got it. If he can keep it up. Christopher Rowe. Did he stop on 10? Nope. So Wahlberg. We'll let the race play out.
Yeah, Christopher Rowe last stop was lap 19, so.
Got one more stop to make. Wahlberg's good to go. We'll see how it plays out. Still fighting off Keegan Bahari. John Daniels, though, definitely showing some speed. After he left Justin Thaler past Steve Hansel, now he's going deep in turn 11. Does Keegan see him? Yes, John.
Oh, no.
On the power. Broadcaster curse is bit once again. Oh, still trying to get it. Here we are, the green card. John Daniels goes inside. I don't think they touched. No, that's all. If they need a net code, I don't know. That might be. Oh, it's so close. We'll find out right here. You're in the hot seat, John, or are you? Where's their contact? No contact. Just
net code, if anything.
Oh,
Maybe net code, maybe just putting too much power down. Hard to tell there, but definitely no contact that we can see.
great camera shots on our broadcast PC. Thanks for Adam for bringing us those pictures also. Incidental. Keegan Bahari only loses 3 or 4 spots, so he's all good.
Yeah, it looks like Nick Aslan did have to come in.
Comes in for a quick splash. Decides he cannot make it all the way. 5 seconds, too much. But he does come out currently 2nd place.
He's still holding, well, he's still in 5th currently. He's still holding 5th.
Yes, thanks.
It's got, I think, plenty of time back to, Pablo.
Minute. Over a minute.
Yeah. Looks like Pablo just came through the corkscrew maybe, so that shouldn't hurt him too much, but it's the tough thing with the GT4 is that early yellow flag,
Yeah.
you can get a quick pit stop, but you're still gonna have to stop to make the end there. It's not long enough in that I think you can make it all the way to the end without a heroic save. So may not have played out the way that he wanted, but let's see.
I give him a lot of credit for trying. Oh, Jesse Coffey goes through his GT4 teammate there. Realize Jack Lucas, this is a friendly rivalry between Jesse Coffey and Jack Lucas. Jesse Coffey,
as far as I know, Jack Lucas has not created a diss track about Jesse Coffey yet, so once Jack Lucas does that, then we'll know that the rivalry's real.
That's right.
James's DMs are open if anybody wants to create any diss tracks about anybody else.
That's right. Send them away. See if I can make it. If you haven't seen the 5 Things Monza short, that was a pretty fun edit. Don't know if we'll have enough footage here for a 5 Things Laguna Seca, but you never know.
I wouldn't put it past him.
Yep. I will keep my eyes on any replays posted on the chat, or send them away, send them to me. 2 seconds the gap up to Jay McNeely, your pole sitter. And where's Wahlberg? There he is, P5.
Yeah, here's our new segment. Where's Wahlberg? Here he is. He's on his way back up. Right there behind Travis Rowe. They're 12 seconds down the road from Shea McNeely.
Wahlberg only has about 4 seconds to Jason Phillips, though. He can be patient enough.
Yeah, I mean, he got that yellow flag pit stop. He's already taken his second pit stop now about 4 laps ago. So he's good to go. The cars in front of him do need to stop at some point, likely. So it might not be long until we see Jason Wahlberg inherit the lead if anybody else has to stop. Go look now. Jason Geyer is pulling a huge draft on Ian Bakaitis.
The GT4 battle for the lead is going into Andretti with under 10 minutes to go. Geyer trying to do the crossover. Bakaitis holds a tight line as he can. Geyer looking for a line, looking inside, looking outside. Bakaitis leaves plenty of room. Here come the GT3 leaders.
Yeah, you're looking at it all here. These are the battles for podiums.
There you can see the sheer speed of the GT3s going under the bridge into the kink. Johan de Roy right on the heels of Chase Fincher as Chase tries to create a gap to pass Ian after the corkscrew, and that helped Johan. Now he's going to get a much better shot through rainy curve on the inside of turn 10. Johan de Roy, Chase Fincher, side by side. Turn 11, Johan DeRoy leaves the gap. Puts the power down. 8 minutes to go. This battle is not over.
Yeah, this battle, however, is more than welcome for Shea McNeely, who would love to see Chase Fincher do some rear view mirror driving as he's able to take a 4-second gap now on Chase Fincher, who's been all over Shea's tail the entire race. Johan looks like he just saw the time remaining and decided it's time to go.
I believe they have one more stop to make. It could prove me wrong.
We've seen Johan cut it close before.
Johan's definitely been aggressive. Suzuka, I think he had a little incident coming out of the hairpin.
Yeah, he came across the line on barely fumes.
And
Buttered across the line about 20 miles an hour.
cut it real close at Imola as well. The battle is not over for the GT4s. Landon Sprinkle wants a BMW win. Jason Geyer's trying to keep that from happening as he takes his McLaren around turn 11 onto the front straightaway right in the slipstream.
And guess who's there?
Jason Wahlberg. Where's Wahlberg?
Right there.
Before.
This is a really strong run for Jason. I mean, at this point, 14 seconds back. Oh, getting outside there for Jason Geyer. Oh, Ian Bakaitis has gone off. He tried to stay on the inside there and just did not have enough grip to make that work.
Patience paid off for Jason Geyer. Waiting for a mistake from Ian, putting just enough pressure. As the GT3 came through, Ian Bakaitis got off his rhythm right there.
Oh, just a little dip.
Out of Andretti. Bakaitis barely leaves Geyer room, but then gets it wrong when he goes on power, and Geyer is there to take advantage. But good for Geyer to be there to take advantage of that spot when it opens and the door opens. You got to be there and know to walk through it. Nice.
Yeah, that's a bummer for Ian. Ian's going to be bummed at that. Just sort of got offline coming out of the hairpin. Jason went to his outside, tried to hold the inside there, but you just have to brake so much more to make that turn than you're used to when you're able to get all the way out onto the rumble strips. You see Jason Wahlberg's now taking the lead as here comes Shea McNeely, Chase Fincher, Johan DeRoy, Jason Phillips, all having to stop to get a splash. John Daniels is going to come out in third here, but Shea able to still say second. But Jason Wahlberg may have absolutely played his cards perfectly. 5 minutes to go. Took advantage of that yellow flag. Rare to see a yellow flag in these races.
Watch the gap, the distance from Shea McNeely to Jason Wahlberg. Right now, 8.3. Will it get closer in 4.5 minutes? 4.5 minutes remaining. He's going to need at least 2 seconds a lap. That's a big ask. I think right now, Shea McNeely will take what he can get. He's had a couple of unfortunate events also.
I mean, Shea's also just had moments where he's been untouchable. So we've seen a lot of speed here from Shea. So and don't forget, I believe this was the race John Daniels started from the pits. So quite a lot of surprises here in strategies and overcoming a little hip check there on Pablo Araya. Close your eyes, Sydney.
Hey, Queen.
Maybe sound clip that one, somebody.
What does Jack have on his windshield banner today?
Um,
Uh,
ever since Jack has accidentally brought his McLaren instead of his Mercedes to the track and then suffered a penalty and ultimately suffered another penalty to switch back to the McLaren, his Mercedes has said that his McLaren has said that the Mercedes sucks. I hate the Mercedes. So Jack embracing life as it comes.
Beluga.
Super fast in the wrong car at Imola, ultimately making the change and sticking with it.
On the hunt for teammates. 6175 just up the road. Going around Ian Bacchitis. Green on the right corner for Jesse Coffey. Blue on the right rear for Travis Rowe. Yellow lights for Coffey. Jack Lucas on the inside. Jack Lucas wants to resume his battle with Jesse Coffey as they go around the GT4 leader, McLaren with the orange lid. Travis Rowe trying to get his spot back, looking at Jack Lucas through the back.
I think Jason Geyer just went off track.
Wow. That lets Ian Bacchitis back through. With
Wow.
1 minute 30 to go. They're going to get this lap one more and maybe a third. Battle resumes. Passing Pablo. Jesse Coffey, Jack Lucas, Travis Rowe. 7, 8, and 9th.
Wow. Got the matchy Porsche sandwich here for Jack Lucas.
Travis Rowe gets it back. Jack Lucas tries to cross over. Travis parks it on the apex. Oh, he's going to let him back through. That's respect. Mad prop to you, Travis. It's a great fight. I thought it was a good position. I thought he earned it.
Yeah,
But
it looked like a fair send to me, especially with less than a minute to go here. Just the crossover, just almost like a motocross crossover of just having to jam somebody up. But always the gentleman, Travis Rowe. I don't think anybody would have faulted him if he just kept that position.
yeah, maybe if it was for the lead, okay. For 8,
Sure.
maintain your friendships. Don't want to pick any fights with only 3 races remaining.
Here's a look at what happened to Jason Geyer.
Pulling over to let the GT3 cars go. Oh, he just
Oh,
buried him.
yeah, bounced right off his bumper. Same exact spot that Ian Bacchitis gave up the lead to Jason Geyer. So if you don't believe there's balance in the world, I ask you to have a look here.
Justin Thaler on Johan de Roy for 5th. What a move, the Dark Horse Mustang inside the Alien.
Yeah, he's been.
Oh, no,
Oh
Johan.
no,
He parks it.
that
Oh,
was the end. That was the final.
checkered flag. Oh, I
Wow,
want him to keep going.
wow.
What a race. GT4 battle's not over. Here it is to the line. Jason Geyer barely
Oh
gets.
no, no,
I hope that wasn't intentional, but
no.
you had Chet on the inside. That was a 3-way. Look at that. 0.020, 0.05.
Let's see if we can get the.
Let's watch that coming through.
Where did Chet Miller come from?
He had speed. This is the top 3 for the GT4s. The battle to the line. Chet Miller in the orange. I'm sorry, Chet Miller in the blue. Jason Geyer in the orange. Gets it.
Wow.
Chet Miller second. Unbelievable. We're going to talk to Jason Geyer And Jason Wahlberg, give you a couple minutes. Here it is. Geyer coming to the line in the middle.
Wow, Chet had an incredible run. Little hip check there since wow. What a finish. What a wild race. We knew that Laguna Seca would bring some chaos, would bring some action here from our drivers. But I think that's the first three-way finish we've seen in class yet. Incredible race here. Jason Wahlberg pulling off the win, able to take advantage of the caution, taking a stop during the caution, saving that time. The fastest cars on track, Shea McNeely, Chase Fincher, and Johan DeRoy were not able to stop during that cycle. Had to stop late. Jason Wahlberg inherited the lead. Great drive for Jason. Shea McNeely, Chase Fincher, second and third. John Daniels with a strong run starting from the pits, finishing fourth. Justin Thaler, also a strong run, able to hold off Johan DeRoy right at the last gasp. Jesse Goffey, seventh, holding off Jack Lucas. Travis Rowe not able to make that last move stick after giving the position back, feeling that he may have come in a little hard going in late on Jack Lucas there in the final turn. Jason Phillips, 10th. Justin Gleckner, 11th. Christopher Rowe, 12th. David Stark, 13th. Steve Hansel, 14th. Connor Galbraith, 15th. Francis Faustino, 16th. CJ Barzak, 17th. King of Bahari, 18th. Greg Conaway, 19th. Corey Harville, 20th. That's your GT3 finishers. For the GT4 series, a great run from Jason Geyer to come back after Ian Bacchitis was well out in the lead. A three-way battle at the finish, the first that I've seen of that type. Get the AM class here just alone. There we go. What a finish. Jason Geyer able to hold off Chet Miller, who was charging on the final turn there. Ian Bacchitis going from first to third right there at the end. Ian going off track, allowing Jason to take over, and then Jason going off track later, putting Ian back. But that last final dash turning out different. Nick Aslin, fourth. Ian Silva, fifth. Pablo Arias, sixth. Christopher Hopper, seventh. Kyle Ryan, eighth. Rick Bundren, ninth. Dan Gish, 10th. Taylor Montague, 11th. Keith Hurlbut, 12th. Matt Collada, 13th. Cody Height, 14th. Kevin Bridges, 15th. John Aslin, 16th. Zach Alexander, 17th. Jordan Nissen, 18th. And Nicholas Moffitt, 19th. What a finish. James, who we got?
Oh, what a great, amazing race. We'll start with the GT4s, as we saw a three-way battle coming to the line. After a long race, Jason Geyer ends up with the win by .012. Jason Geyers, James and Adam in the booth. You got us?
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, that was a crazy race. I didn't feel too good coming into it, but ended up fuel saving quite a bit throughout the first stint, and then didn't know if I'd even have enough to finish the race, but had to make a little bit of a send there the last corner, but gonna have to replay that. But it was a great race.
And talk us about your racing with the 22 of Ian Bacchitis. That battle went back and forth a couple of times dealing with the GT3 cars as they were coming through.
Yeah, the GT3 definitely made it interesting. Ian and I, it was a great time going back and forth, and I know there's plenty of other opportunities going around the race too. So it was pretty crazy. I wasn't sure what Nick Aslin, if he was gonna make it on that first pit stop or not. So it was pretty crazy.
That's great, man. Well, congratulations, man. You've been running up front quite a bit this season. It's great to see you get a win at Laguna Seca and 3 races left in the season. We're glad you're here, man. Congratulations on a great win. Photo finish at the line.
Thank you guys. Fun being out there.
It's fun having you. That's Jason Geyer, your GT4 winner. Absolutely amazing. And now the man of the hour, Jason Geyer, It's James and Adam. You got us, Jason?
Well, this is
Yeah.
Jason Wahlberg.
Wahlberg. I'm sorry.
A lot of Jasons in here.
Jasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you guys.
Congratulations. You pulled the strategy. Was it inside the pit window when the caution came out and you were able to pull the trigger?
Well, I was in practice. I was debating trying to do a one stop. It would be just possible if I would save fuel all race. It wasn't working out that way, and then the caution came out. Was it 10 laps in? And I was like, might as well jump in. You know, it's a free pit stop, and then I only got to stop one more time, guaranteed.
Right on. Were you minding the gap? In the meantime, what was it like driving through the GT4 traffic? Did you feel on your own island? You were really pretty much the only one that pulled that strategy.
I mean, there were a few people behind me that pitted too, but I was definitely the first one. It was when I saw the leaders come in at the final laps, I was counting down. I was like, I don't think they could make it, but then I counted down and I got the call that they came in, and I was in first. I was like, well, just don't mess anything up. You know, don't do a stupid spin. Just take my time and try to be smooth.
Yeah, right on. Well, smooth it was. You've had a couple of opportunities this season to come close. I remember Zolder, you had a podium, and then maybe even before then. But yeah, talk us through the rest of the season as we have 3 more races to go, still in the top 5 before the drops. So, what do you think, man? Can you make a couple of moves up on the overall standings?
Yeah, after this win, I was thinking I started out good and then hit a few not so good races, but this win I think puts me right back up there. So yeah, we'll see. As long as I can be consistent, I always seem to have 1 or 2 mistakes a race that kill me. So if I can eliminate those, then I think I can do pretty well.
Right on. Well, again, it's been a lot of fun watching you, Jason. You pulled the right strategy. Not to mention you were fast. You had a really good starting spot as well. So you earned this win tonight. Congratulations on a great race, Jason.
All right, thank you guys.
That's Jason Wahlberg, your GT3 and overall winner. Got anything else, Adam? You ready to wrap it up, man?
Yeah, I mean, great finishes there. Jason Geyer and Jason Wahlberg both are drivers we've seen have some speed, had, just not had it all the way come together. Great to see Jason Wahlberg able to get one over the line there. Clearly the right thing to do was take advantage of that pit, especially with the GT3s, knowing that they're going to have to take 2 stops to make it across. So great strategy play by him. Great job to keep it together. I mean, he's absolutely right. He has been an incident or 2 away from making it into the podium, making it into these post-race interview calls. So great to see him get that over the line, and especially over, 3 of the fastest drivers in the league. So great finish by him, and great race all around from a lot of people.
Incredible. This is what we expect at Midwest Motorsports Road Series. We're racing next week for 100 minutes. The endurance racing goes to Virginia International Raceway next Tuesday night. We'll be here. We hope you're here on YouTube, the new home of Midwest Motorsports. For all the admins that make this a great league, I'm James Johnson. For Adam Sondag, Josh Watt, and all the admins that make this league possible, reminding you to stay in your lane.
And I approve of this message.